Good day everyone. Welcome to the week 2 on Python basics. In this week, we'll be studying regarding the introduction to Python operators and few basics about decision making in Python as well. So we will first start with the Python operators. So for that, let me create a new notebook by the name operators basics.ipynb. You know how to create this thing. Now coming to the Python operators, basically we will be learning about three types of operators, that is the arithmetic operators, comparison or relational operators, and finally the logical operators. First of all, we will start with the arithmetic operators. So to play with, let us take two variables, that is a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 12. So coming to arithmetic operators, these operators will be doing all sort of mathematical operations whatever we have learned before, that is addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, etc. So first let us start with addition. So for that, let me run this cell. I would be clicking the play button. Okay, now the cell has run. I would write another piece of code, say C is equal to A plus B. What this means is directly we are adding A and B and we are storing that value inside C. Okay, now how to print the value of C? I would directly print the value of C by typing like this. Okay, exactly, that is A plus B. 10 plus 12 is 22. That's exactly correct. Now what about subtraction? Inside print itself we will try to do this print A minus B. Let us see what is going to happen. Yeah, the answer is minus 2. 10 minus 12 is minus 2 only. Then what about multiplication? Multiplication will be coming as A star B. The answer will be 120. 10 into 12 is 120. Then print A divided by B, and the answer is 0.833. Okay, so these are the basic arithmetic operators in Python. Now how to find the remainder? So for that we can directly type in print B modulus A. Why I have taken B first is because B is the larger number. The answer have to be 2, right? Let us see. Yeah, it is coming as 2. So these are the basic mathematical operators in Python. So the first part is over, that is the arithmetic operators. Now we will start with the second part, that is a comparison or relational kind of operators. So here we'll be checking certain things. So how to check the things means, if I am typing in some code like this, A is equal to B, what is happening here is the program will be checking whether the value in A is exactly same as the value in B. But over here it is not, because value in A is 10 and value in B is 12. So it will be giving me whether it is true or false, and here of course the answer have to be false only. Correct. Now I can also give whether the value in A is not equal to value in B, and what have to be the answer? The answer have to be true. Correct. Now I can again give print A is greater than B. Is A greater than B? Let us just see here first. A is actually less than B only, so it have to be false, right? A is greater than B have to be false. Yes, it is false. Now what about print A is less than B? The answer have to be true. Yes. Same like this, you can include print A less than or is equal to B also. It will be inclusive of the values. That's it. So again it is true. Now we have studied about two types of operators, that is the arithmetic operators and the comparison or relational operators. Now the third thing we will be starting with, that is the logical type of operators. So logic means it will be involving and, or, not, etc. So to start with, let us see this code, whatever I have written over here. A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3 and D is equal to 4. And print A is less than B and C is less than D. What this means? It will be checking whether this condition is true and this condition is also true. If both are true, it will be showing true, but if either of these is false, it will be showing false. That's it. Okay, let us just see whether it is correct or not. See, A is less than B. It is correct, right? A is 1, B is 2. So A is less than B. That is correct. C is less than D. C is less than D. That's also correct. Okay, so the answer have to be true. Let us run this. Yeah, the answer is true. Now what if I am varying some value over here? I have included A is greater than B. Okay, is it correct? A is greater than B? No, A is actually less than B only. Okay, and this answer is false only, and this answer is true only. Okay, so as either of these things is false, the actual value will be false only. Okay, like this only it is going to work. Now another operator is there, that is the OR operator. So this same piece of code I am taking here, and instead of this AND I am including OR. So what it will be doing is, if either of these two conditions are true, then it will be directly be printing it as true itself. Let us see, A is greater than B. No, it is actually false. But what about C is less than D? That is correct only. So this is true, this is false. So this one or this one have to be true. Then the answer is true. This one is true only. The answer have to be true. Yes. Another important concept in Python is importing certain inbuilt values from certain functions. How you can do that means, you will be just be typing from some library name you have to give. Here I am giving the math library, and I will be giving import what? Pi. Pi means the answer already you will be knowing what is pi. Pi is 3 point something. So we will also try to see whether the value is printed correctly or not. Yeah. So here I have got the exact value of pi like this. So these are some basics about the Python operators. Now we will start with the Python's decision making skills. Again, for that also I will just take the same thing. So in decision making, we will first start with if statements. Okay, so for that, this value I will be storing first. A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. It is stored. Now I will just write a program, that is, in decision making we can use many decision making operators like if, else, for, etc. Okay, so first of all we will start with the if statements. So how to do that? First of all I will type in if, then inside some brackets I can type in A is less than, say, B, and I will be giving a colon. Then you can see here automatically some tab is there or some indent is there. Okay, this is very important in Python. Unlike C or similar programming languages, Python doesn't use braces that much. Instead, Python is relying on this indenting. Okay, so whatever condition is there, condition have to be inside this brackets, and here you can include whatever you need to show up or whatever program you need to run if this condition is satisfied. So here I will just run print what? A is less than B. Okay. Now else, again an indent have to be there. Then I will type in print A is greater than B. Okay, let us just check whether A is less than B or A is greater than B. Yes, A is less than B. Here let us see, A is less than B only, correct. So we have just completed our first simple program on Python decision making. So here there was only one condition, that was check, right? How to include multiple conditions over here? That can also be done. So for that I will include multiple variables first. B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3 and D is equal to 4. Now finally I will be typing in if A is less than B, print A is less than elif. Elif is analogous to else if in C language. Elif B is less than C in B is less than C. Again, elif C is less than D. Print C is less than D. Okay. So now, if you are seeing all these conditions, A is less than B, B is less than C, and C is less than D. Here you can see all these conditions are actually correct only, right? So which among these things will be getting printed first? Let us just try that first. So here you can see only the first condition is printed correctly, even though other two conditions were right too. Why this happens so? This is just because of the fact that Python executes this program line by line. Okay, so here first Python came over here, if A is less than B came. It checked that condition, it worked perfectly, so it printed that and directly exited out of the program. This is how it works. So whenever you are writing programs in the near future, that time also you may be experiencing such a situation. So don't get worried, it just works this way. Now let us just check whether it works fine or not. If I am changing 8 to 10, what is going to happen? The first condition, it will be false, right? Then which among these statements will be printed correctly? Of course, the second statement will be getting printed correctly. B is less than C. Again, B also I will be changing it to 10. Now, which among these statements will be getting printed? Of course, the last one will be getting printed. That's it. Now comes the while statement. The while statement in Python. This while statement will be using it lots of times in Python. So first of all, I will give a value for, assign a value for A is equal to 10. Then I will be putting a while statement, while A is greater than 0. It has to happen, print, let us print the value of A itself, right? Print A. Now what? Inside a while statement, usually we use whiles as loops. So for that, inside this while statement, I will be decrementing the value of A. Decrementing means I will be putting it something like this, A minus is equal to 1. What this means is, I will be minusing 1 from the value of A every time this condition is executed. Let us just see what is going to happen. See, now you can see, first what happened over here is A was equal to 10. Then this condition, it checked. Yeah, A is, of course, it is greater than 0 only. So it printed the value of A. Value of A was 10. Then what happened? It actually decreased 1 from A. Now what is the value of A? A is 9 only. Then what happened? It came back to this loop. Okay. So again, condition is checked. Now the value is 9 only. A is less than 9. Yeah. Then the condition is checked. That is 9 is again greater than 0 only. Correct. Print A. That is 9. So likewise it printed and printed till what time? Till the value of A got equal to 0. Okay. So at that time only it got stopped. So this is how it works. We can also increment values to make loops. So let us just copy the same thing, and here I will be giving 0 here. Incrementing means have to be less than say 10, and here 1 itself I will give, here plus I will be giving. Okay, let us just see what is happening over here. First of all, the value of A is 0. While A is less than 10, it is checking. Yeah, correct. A is equal to 0 only. 0 is less than 10. So what is going to happen? Print A, it will be coming. Then what is happening? A is being incremented. Okay, earlier it was decremented, but now it is getting incremented. That is, earlier the value of A was 0, now it became to 1. Okay, so first of all 0 will be coming, then 1 will be coming, etc. up to 9 it is going to come. Okay, whenever it is becoming 10, what is going to happen? We will be checking while A is less than 10, while 10 is less than 10, 10 is not less than 10, so it will not be executed and the program will be breaking down. Okay, this is how you can use the while statement for looping. Now another important thing we will be learning, that is the for loops in Python. So A is equal to 10 I will give, then next one for inside a range only I will be specifying. So for that just I will give another variable over here. It need not be A, instead I will give say I. For I in range of, why this range of means usually this for loop it will be working within a set of values. So for creating that set of values only I have used this function, that is the range function. And how this range function is working means the range function should be having a beginning and it must be having an end. So the beginning I am specifying it as 1 and the end I am specifying it as A. So the what is the range values over here will be starting at 1 and it will be ending at A, 10, right? But please keep it in your mind, even though here I have specified as 10, it will not be including 10. That is, the values will be starting at 1 all the way up to 9 only it will be going. It will not be including the last number. Again, just like all our statements, here also that indenting have to be there, and here I will be printing just one higher. Yeah, that's it. It have to work, and I think it will be getting printed for 9 number of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Yeah, it worked perfectly. Okay. Now what if I need to print the values also? Say here I will include high number, then I need to include the value, right? The value will be stored inside this I. Okay, this is why this I is used for. Okay, so if 10 values are here, the first value it will be taking first and it will be storing inside I. Okay, that we may use for any other purpose inside our program. Then for the second iteration it will be taking the second value and it will be storing inside I. Okay, let us just see what is going to happen. High number 1, high number 2, high number 3, etc. up to high number 9. Why it came only as 9? Because I already told you before, it will not be including the last number. Okay, so if I need to include the last number also, what I have to do? I will just simply put +1. See, as simple as that. So that was all about the arithmetic operators and decision making using Python. It is a simple concept. It will be more clear to you when we are using this in order to build our WhatsApp application. So that's for the day.